May I have your attention, please? My name is Dr. Michael Stewart, and I serve as the Associate Vice President of Student Affairs here at Middle Georgia State University. As we prepare to begin our ceremony this afternoon, we ask for your assistance in assuring that the family member or friend that you are here to see gets the recognition that they have so richly earned. The graduation procession will begin in a few moments and will be televised on the screens. Any guests not already seated at that time will be asked to remain where they are until the procession has concluded. After that time, guests will be allowed to go to their seats. We request that guests remain in their seats during the procession. A video recording will be available for you to share on our YouTube channel. Also, professional photographers are capturing still shots of your loved ones as they make their way into the venue. During the ceremony, all of our graduates look forward to hearing their name called as they cross the stage. So we ask that you please limit your celebrations and hold your applause until the end, when our provost will invite you to join him in offering your heartfelt congratulations. On a related note, while we believe that all of our graduates are important, honor graduates who are receiving bachelor's degrees are recognized with a Latin phrase given after the reading of their name. Those who graduate cum laude, which means with honor, earned a grade point average of between 3.5 and 3.7. Those who graduate magna cum laude, which means with great honor, earned a grade point average of between 3.7 and 3.9. And those who graduate summa cum laude, or with highest honor, earned a grade point average of between 3.9 and 4.0. As a final sound-related request, we ask that you check to see that you have silenced your cell phone. And last, we request that when the ceremony ends, you exit the building promptly and proceed outside to continue the celebration with your graduates. So, with those preliminaries out of the way, we invite you to enjoy the fall commencement ceremony of Middle Georgia State University.
Good afternoon. I'm Dr. David Jenks, the Provost and Vice President for Academic Affairs here at Middle Georgia State University. It is an honor to welcome you to campus today. President Blake and I join with MGA faculty and staff, along with parents, relatives, friends, guests, and dignitaries to celebrate our fall 2022 graduating class. We extend our appreciation to all who have been involved in planning and preparing for today's commencement ceremony. Their efforts have made this day one you will remember for a long time. This ceremony is one of two held on campus today, with an additional 3 taking place throughout the day tomorrow. With more than 700 students participating in graduation this semester, holding 5 events across several days allows graduates to participate in smaller, more intimate ceremonies. In this way, these ceremonies let graduates celebrate their success alongside those graduating with similar degrees and will keep the ceremonies at a reasonable length. At this time, I would like to direct your attention to the first row. You'll notice there is an empty chair draped in a black cloth. The cloth has been placed there in remembrance of our beloved students, staff members, and faculty that we have lost this academic year. Please join me in a moment of silence to honor their memory and the hard work and dedication they put into their time here at MGA. Thank you. Today we celebrate a commencement, a new beginning. For graduates, that may mean moving away from an area of comfort, leaving the spaces of learning, and possibly parting ways with close friends. This commencement marks the beginning of a new pattern of life, a new schedule, and a new set of responsibilities. However, before the candidates for graduation move on, let us all enjoy this ceremony and celebrate what has been accomplished. Let's take a moment now to recognize just how far all of our graduation candidates have come while so much in their life has changed over the course of their studies. Candidates, if you're a first-generation student, please stand and stay standing. If you're a non-traditional student, please stand and stay standing. If you're a mother while being a student, please stand and stay standing. If you're a father while being a student, please stand and stay standing. If you are or have been a first responder while being a student, please stand and remain standing. If you're actively deployed, armed forces veteran, or in a military family, please stand and stay standing. If you had to work while taking courses, please stand and remain standing. If you are proud of the work you've done and are ready to receive your diploma, please stand and remain standing. Ladies and gentlemen, the fall 2022 class of Middle Georgia State University. Candidates, remain standing. You have received a great deal of help getting to this point. This support has come from many people in your lives, including your family, your friends, possibly donors of a scholarship, and members of the Middle Georgia State University community. Now let's take time to appreciate those who have helped you all get here today. Faculty members, please stand and remain standing. The faculty at Middle Georgia State University have certified that all candidates have completed the requirements for their respective degrees. Their continuous support and dedication to higher education enable us all to be here today. Join me in thanking them with a round of applause. Remain standing. There are a few others who have most likely helped you on your journey. Parents, please stand if you are able. Grandparents, please stand. Spouses and children of graduates, please stand. Siblings, extended family, partners, Friends of graduates, please stand. If you've helped someone receiving a diploma today, please know that we appreciate how important your support has been. Candidates, look around the room, find your people, or think about those who couldn't be here today. Join me in another round of applause to honor those who helped you attain your goal of becoming a university graduate. And now, please remain standing for the singing of our national anthem by Dr. Rebecca Lanning, Professor of Music.
Stripes and bright stars in the perilous fight. For the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets ringing, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Please be seated, everyone. Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Lanning. There is one other very significant group that has supported you and enriched your educational experience. The Middle Georgia State University Foundation strives to improve the lives of people in Middle Georgia by enabling our students, faculty, and staff to achieve extraordinary results. Some of our graduates have benefited from foundation scholarships. Many of you have participated in foundation-sponsored academic programs and activities. All of you have studied in modern classrooms and labs and a library outfitted in part with foundation-funded equipment and technology. Ms. Mary McDonald, would you please stand? We deeply appreciate your role at MGA as the Vice President for University Advancement and the continued support and generosity of our foundation. Thank you for your leadership. Please join me in a round of applause in appreciation of our MGA Foundation. At fall commencement, the student speaker is not a member of your graduating class, but rather the president of the SGA, the Student Government Association, bringing you greetings on behalf of the students who will follow in our graduates' footsteps. Our student speaker is a current senior who plans to graduate with a bachelor's degree in information technology in May 2023. Originally from Lagos, Nigeria, she has always had a flair for technology and hopes to one day secure a position as a cybersecurity analyst. Her hard work and dedication to her chosen field of study shows, as she has earned a spot on the president's list for 4 consecutive semesters. She is the 2022-23 president of Middle Georgia State Student Government Association and has served as a publicity chair of the Campus Activities Board and as a member of the National Society for Leadership Success. It is my pleasure to introduce to you Mrs. Modupe Oyewole.
Good afternoon. The day that you have all been waiting for is finally here. For some of you, it may not have been easy to get here, but guess what? You did it. Coming to college is a huge risk that some may underestimate. It can also be quite scary. Talking from experience, as I came all the way from Nigeria, immediately after I graduated from high school to start my college education. The whole process was very scary for me, as I was very young at the time, and leaving the only place I've known as home to a new place on the other side of the world was an eye-opener for me. I had to learn to adapt to the new culture, make new friends, and basically be really independent as I was alone here. Although I have family and friends here in the US, but being far away from my immediate family and home made me feel alone. Knowing that I could not go home easily if I ever felt homesick. Since I got here at MGA, I have been incorporating one of our core values, which is adaptability. It is also a core value that you all have incorporated in your lives. We went through a challenging pandemic, and you all still chose to put yourselves first and persevere to the end despite the challenges faced. The huge step I took in coming here helped shape and mold me into the woman I am today. One of the results is me standing here talking to you as your Student Government Association president. It helped me understand that I can do whatever I want if I put my mind to it, and that the sky is not my limit, but a stepping stone, which you all should abide by. Tom Brokaw once said, "You are educated, your certification is in your degree. You may think of it as a ticket to the good life. Let me ask you to think of an alternative. Think of it as a ticket to change the world." MJ Class of 2022, congratulations. I wish you all a successful future as you move on to the next chapter of your lives. Thank you for choosing MGA to be a stepping stone for you. And remember to take the risks and keep chasing your dreams. And also your MJ family is here for you. I wish you the best in life. Thank you.
Thank you, Mo. We're fortunate to have you leading our SGA. We truly are. Well, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Chris Blake. I have the honor of serving as the president of Middle Georgia State University. I am delighted to welcome our graduates this afternoon and their families and friends to campus as we celebrate this very special occasion. We are very proud of the hard work and the diligence that you have shown in reaching this milestone in your lives. It is my pleasure at this point in today's ceremony to introduce our fall 2022 commencement speaker. Jay Bailey serves as President and CEO of the Russell Innovation Center for Entrepreneurs. Honoring the great legacy and the visionary business leadership of Herman J. Russell Sr., he leads the development of the largest center in America that is dedicated to empowering Black entrepreneurs and small business owners. The center is more than 50,000 square feet, designed to inspire ideas, create jobs, grow companies, and increase wealth in the community. An Atlanta native, Bailey has a proven track record of success and has been recognized by 3 United States presidents for his leadership and community efforts. In 2012, Bailey was one of 8 Americans honored at the White House as a champion of change, following in the footsteps of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Dedicated to service, Bailey is a National Point of Light Award and Presidential Lifetime Volunteer Service Award recipient. He has served on numerous boards, including the Metro Atlanta and the Georgia Chamber Board of Directors, the Atlanta Beltline TAD Advisory Committee, a Georgia Forestry Foundation trustee, and he serves as chairman of Citizen Trust Bank's Next Generation Advisory Board. He's a busy guy, don't you think? Please welcome our commencement speaker, Mr. James Bailey. Jay.
Oh, it's good to be here. Hey, family, how are you? I'm going to make a quick agreement with you. In the past 8 days, I've been in 4 states. I have little sleep, and I have a 1-year-old daughter at home. So for the next 10 to 12 minutes, I'm going to give you everything I have, and you're going to have to give it back to me, or ma'am, I'm going to take that chair right next to you and take a nap. Good evening, good afternoon. Relationships mean everything. And one of the best pieces of advice I ever got was from my mentor, Ambassador Andrew Young. And he said, son, you better make your friends before you need them. You better make your friends before you need them, because if you make your friends before you need them, when you need them, they will always be there. So I don't know if you guys have met Ember Bishop, and if you haven't, make a beeline to her. But when Ember Bishop calls, you show up no matter the ask. So Dr. Blake and all the people on the staff, thank you so much for being here. But I do have one correction to the agenda. I believe we took things a little too light, or maybe the people in the back couldn't hear it. For our graduates, understand that you have accomplished something that no college graduates have in the history of education. You individuals have endured a global pandemic, stared it in the face, and fought it back. You individuals have fought through working yourself. Hold on, wait, not quite yet. Your turn is coming. But as I listened back here and was inspired that you worked through having children, being non-traditional, being first generation, being first responders, and I'm talking to you educators as well. Because the way that you had always been trained to do this job immediately changed overnight, and everything changed forever. So I need the professors and the faculty to sit. I need the graduates to remain sitting. But I need all of you to recognize each of them and what they have endured to even be here today, when most would have quit, when things got that hard and they had to take their college education through a screen, all of these things that they had to do what no other college students have ever had to do. I need you to get to your feet and show these graduates how we appreciate their endurance, their grit, their determination, their hustle, their stick-to-itiveness, their motivation to be here right now. And I mean that. Guys, we see you. We see you. We understand what you've endured, and we're so proud to be here. My name is Jay Bailey. And I've been a lifelong servant, but I've also always been a business guy. I've always been an entrepreneur. And this is the business school graduates, correct? So let's talk business. I'm the kid that started my first business at 12. I bought my first house at 19. I made my first million by the time I was 23 years old. Oh, don't clap yet. I didn't have good role models, and I believed in life that I had it all figured out. And also during my life, I endured a tremendous amount of losses. But the thing about life is how very little it cares about your circumstances. I lost my mother my sophomore year of college. I bought that first home because for the first time in my life, I didn't have a home to go home to for Christmas. But literally from my mother to burying all of my grandparents, my college sweetheart, a first cousin, and a very good friend, I turned to money and making money. And that was my crutch for a little boy that was alone and didn't have it all figured out. So yes, I made my first million by the time I was 23. I remember going to a SunTrust Bank branch in a Publix grocery store because I was going to show my dad how much of a success I had become and buy him a farm. So I was wiring him money, and the teller said to me, Mr. Bailey, would you like to see one of our bankers? I said, why? This wire should go through with no problem. She said, yes, sir, that's the problem. Sir, in your checking account, you have $3.47 million in cash. And I have been working so hard, hustling so hard, grinding so hard, trying to forget the pain. Money had become my crutch, and it really didn't even matter how much I had. My only role models that looked like me were on TV and rap videos, so I lived the life, y'all. Trust me when I tell you. I don't know if you're old enough to remember when 50 Cent came up with the In the Club video. He had an H2 Hummer, and as soon as I saw it, I had to go buy one. I was so crazy with money, I literally bought the H2, and then we rented 2 stretch H2 Hummers because I didn't have enough room in my car to carry all my friends around Atlanta. This is what a stupid guy in business is only focused on money. That's what they do with their money, and I'm telling the story because there is a point. I didn't have good money role models. At the age of 23, where I was a millionaire, I bought a house in Country Club of the South. I'm 26 years old, living in a 10,000 square foot home with a pool and a row full of cars. Life was perfect, but that's the other thing too. When your car is nice and your house is big, everybody assumes your life is perfect. But we always strive for these things. But I will tell you this, guys, one lesson that I have learned is that loss creates leaders. Everything that I heard about you, and I was so proud when the provost asked all of these circumstances, and literally everybody in the class stood up. That each of you has endured circumstances that most students don't have to face, and you endured and you're here still. Loss creates leaders, and I'm one that believes that those who will inherit the earth are those that can effectively manage pain. And each of you, as virtuous as you are as the class of 2022, you have endured some pain. So you've already got a good head start. So I go from living in this 10,000 square foot home to literally being homeless at the age of 28. Living from that 10,000 square foot home to a 9x9 storage unit on Mountain Industrial Boulevard in Tucker, Georgia. But it was in that storage room that I learned everything that I needed to know. By the world's standards, I have been successful. And if I ask for a show of hands, how many of you want to be successful? For the ones that don't raise their hand, kind of nudge them a little bit. I was successful, but I had zero significance. I had done nothing to put a dent in this world. I told you that I lost my mother, but I spent $10,000 in a nightclub in one night, and there was no scholarship in my mom's name. How was that possible? And once I started to chase significance, everything changed. I went from homelessness to running a $30 million nonprofit organization in 10 countries within 4 years. Significance was my guide right. And I made my wife a promise when I retired at the age of 39. And I think the president, you didn't talk about it too much, but watch my wife tonight. She'll be on nightly news. She's a superhero. She's an NBC correspondent, Blaine Alexander. I really outpunted my coverage. But I made my wife a promise that I'd never get another job again. And I had to break that promise to her. Why? Because there are very few times in life where you get to be a part of something you know is going to outlast you. And there are even rarer moments where you get to be a part of something that could potentially change the course of history. One of my personal mottos is plant seeds that will grow trees whose shade you may never sit under. As graduates, what are you doing right now to ensure that your life has relevance for 7 generations yet unborn and students that you will never meet that will follow in your footsteps? I need you to start thinking right now about how you can live that significant life and change your trajectory, because you're business students, and I will tell you, we need you. As business students, you come up with the ideation because people have it all twisted. They get into their titles of president, of executive vice president, senior vice president, and they forget the power of an idea, because every big company was once a large company, was once a medium-sized company, was once a small company, and at some point, it lived in somebody's brain and was a crazy idea. A business student who thought and dared to take all the risk and take that idea and make it real. But when I talk to business students, I talk about how much we desperately need you. For each of you that has a dream, each of you that has an idea, anything that you want to birth, we must have you see it all the way through, because if you don't, there is somebody who's not going to get the job that you produce that's going to be able to send their daughter to college. There's somebody somewhere waiting on you to explore your dream and make it real so they're able to buy their first home. And when I talk to business school students, it's exactly that. You are the guys that make our economy go around, and we need you. And so I know I only have 10 minutes because the dear president, Dr. Blake, said that he wants to be home in another 30 or so. But I will tell you this, guys. For the work that I do every day, building the largest center in the world dedicated to growing, scaling, and developing black businesses, it's not just about race, it's about opportunity. And I think the only difference between the north side of the tracks and the south side of the tracks is access, opportunity, and exposure. And what are you going to be doing in your life to ensure that all people have access, opportunity, exposure to follow their dreams? What example are you going to leave for that kid that watched you leave home and go off to college, and at one point they looked at you and said, you know what? One day I could be you. You're already inspirational. You're already here. And here's the thing that I want to empower each of you with as I leave. There's an incredible story from a friend of mine called Dr. Gregory Ellison. He's a professor at Emory, and he talks about changing the world. Yes, I may run a $50 million organization, have this incredible large building in Atlanta. This may be a whole institution that dedicates millions of dollars to education to actually move the needle for all of you, but we get it twisted. We think that change comes in big swashes, and it doesn't. Change is incremental. Change is very personal. Change happens when somebody whispers something positive in your ear. Change happens when that doctor sees that doctor and he wants to become a doctor. Change happens at the individual on the ground level. So Dr. Gregory Ellison, when he was 8 years old, he walked up to his grandmother, who was rocking on the porch. And since you guys are making, a lot of people in the audience will feel me when you see the auntie or the grandmother rocking on that porch, snapping green beans, getting ready for dinner that night. He walked up to his grandmother and said, "Grandma, I want to change the world." At the age of 8, he knew that he wanted to change the world. Well, she was rocking and she was snapping green beans. She said, "Baby, I don't know how to change the world, but I do know that you can change the 3 feet around you." And when he said that to me, it changed everything. It doesn't have to come from a multi-million-dollar organization or a global network or an entire university. What are you doing with the 3 feet around you, the people that you touch every day, the elementary school that you pass on your way to school that you could pour into those kids and say, "I'm a college graduate," and therefore unleashing the imaginations of the next generation? What are we doing for that 3 feet around you where you can have the kind of impact that fundamentally changes the trajectory of somebody that is looking at you and saying, "You know what? I dig it. I think I could be her. I think I could be him." Think about the 3 feet around you, the people that you don't see, and focus on seeing them now. Let the faculty, the staff, think about how they see you as graduates now. And what is your responsibility to the community? This entire community, when you take a look around, each person sitting in this seat in some way has poured into each of you. And for everything that's been poured into all of us, I have the firm belief, for all the sacrifices, all the pain, all the tears, all the things that we have had to endure to get you right here, class, we do not have the right to fail. It is incumbent upon you to change this earth, and each of you has the power to do that. If you focus on that 3 feet around you and ensure that those that fall within that 3 feet are better because you lived. I want to thank you. I want to salute you. I want to congratulate you and know that all the best things are ahead of you. And whoever's hosting the after party, just send me a text or tag me on the Instagram or something like that. I'll show up later. But thank each of you for your sacrifice, your grit, your determination to be here right now. You should be saluted. You should be celebrated. And we love you. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Bailey. Well, graduates, if that doesn't inspire you to be the change you want to see in the 3 feet around you, I don't know what does. Pay it forward and change those 3 feet. But before you go, I think you, anybody want to walk across the stage before we call this a day? Yeah. On behalf of the Middle Georgia State University faculty, it is my honor to congratulate the fall 2022 graduates on this special occasion. Commencement is a time of recognition of your academic accomplishments, so we join your families and friends in celebrating your success. One point of order: as you cross the stage, you will come across, there'll be some of us standing here. Over here, you get your picture taken with the president, so always remember to stop. And every graduation, there's somebody that just walks right by. He will grab you and bring you back so we can get that photo for your albums. And now, assisting with the presentation of degree candidates, our President Blake, the academic deans, our interim registrar, Mr. Jed Edge, and our commencement caller, Dr. Mary Wern.
Dean of the School of Arts and Letters at Middle Georgia State University, and it's my great pleasure to call forth each of the graduates participating in today's ceremony. Candidates for degrees in the Master of Science in Management, please come forward by row when directed to receive congratulations from Dean Miller, Dean Clayton, Provost Jenks, and President Blake. Wilson Everett Brantley. Brittany Ryan Foster. Jared McCool. Felicia Michael. Vincent Aaron Mize. Caitlin Olivia Mosley. Elizabeth Moss Pollock. Trevor Scott Cornett Smith. Parker LeRae Stallman. And Jessica Sullivan. Candidates for undergraduate degrees in the School of Business, please come forward to receive congratulations from Dean Miller, Provost Jenks, and President Blake. Cecilia Aguilar Medina, Dean's List Scholar. Phoebe Grace Maxwell. Tamilawo Naomi Ayeni. Nikki Bailey Burt. Dashwan Tidarian Barkley. Nicholas B. Sharmness. Erin Estelle Collins, magna cum laude, President's List Scholar. Kimberly A. Cook. Kira Alicia Davis, President's List Scholar. Malaya Nicole Davis, cum laude, Dean's List Scholar. Haley Elizabeth Dowling. Mia Downey, magna cum laude, President's List Scholar. Jason Donald Easterling. Jade Corina Davira Eiling, cum laude, Dean's List Scholar. Joseph J. Embro, cum laude, Dean's List Scholar. Sarah Ann Ezelli. Tatiana Marie Fenty Bass. Jacqueline Nicole Farrell. Alyssa M. Gassett, magna cum laude, Dean's List Scholar. Woodland M. Hamilton. Iris Hill. Amaya R. Holder. Rachel Grace Howell, summa cum laude, President's List Scholar. Wanda Marie Jaffe, summa cum laude, President's List Scholar. Katrina Causey James. Sherry L. Kretzer, President's List Scholar. Kristen Frances Lindsay. Faith Mecca, cum laude, Dean's List Scholar. Nicole Melise Mincy. Randy A. Montanez, magna cum laude, Dean's List Scholar. David Nicholas Mulder, cum laude, Dean's List Scholar. Katie Graham Mullis. Alberto R. Pagan. Misty Lavender Patat. Aaron M. Peoples. Jacob F. Roberts. Sarah A. Rucker, magna cum laude, Dean's List Scholar. Stephen L. Self. Kelvin Sharp. Jessica C. Smith. Jordan Ray Steinberg. Ethan James Stokes. Alyssa Tanner, cum laude, Dean's List Scholar. Lenoris Wilson. Anna L. Alcantar. Zapura Lachey Charleston. Brionna L. Connor. Morgan A. Corson, magna cum laude, President's List Scholar. Donna Dismuke. Brianna Latrell Fitzpatrick. Jensen Maxine Gobley. Marcia Lynn Henderson. Jayla S. Houston. Olivia Danielle Mason. Olivia J. Mattingly. Quantisha Lachey Milner. Christian Nogora, magna cum laude, President's List Scholar. Hylia Deshawn Powell. Nia J. Santoya Martinez. Kaylee Elizabeth Ward. Shakayla Elise Warren, cum laude, Dean's List Scholar. Jonathan Tremaine Octavio Brookline. Wait for your moment. Marquise Orozco Beckford. Jose Miguel Ortiz. Eliel Russell, summa cum laude, President's List Scholar. And Bailey M. Wilson.
This is one of my favorite parts. President Blake, on behalf of the faculty, I proudly present these candidates who have now satisfied all the requirements for graduation and ask that you confer upon them their respective degrees.
And so, graduates, in the next few seconds, a new beginning, a commencement, a new chapter in your lives. By the authority vested in me by the Board of Regents of the University System of Georgia, I hereby confer upon each of you the degree or certificate you have so diligently pursued, with all of the rights and responsibilities thereunto appertaining. Congratulations. Graduates, you have now earned an additional right, signifying and symbolizing your passing from a candidate to now that of a graduate. We will engage in a Middle Georgia State special tradition. In a few moments, these wonderful alumni who are standing over there on that side of the auditorium, I will ask the alumni to come down now and join us. And they are going to, with the first row, which is kind of half a row, so this will be interesting, because you're going to have to improvise with row 2 as well. But they are going, welcome back alumni. Let's give them a welcome back. These are all Middle Georgia grads. I will ask the alumni to move the tassel on your hat from the right side to the left side, which signifies that you have graduated. That row will then turn round to the row behind and do that, and so on and so on. And because you are bright business graduates, you will have understood those fine instructions. Okay, we're going to count down. You're going to need to stand the first row. I think we'll have the first row up. There you go. 3, 2, 1, let's go. All right. Turn around, the group behind. Ladies and gentlemen, these are the graduates of the class of 2022. And that's wonderful. And if your tassel is on the left side, you pass the assignment. If it's not, then you've got to do it all over again. No, move it over now. Please be seated. Okay. As president, I get the right for a few final words, the last lecture that you'll have at Middle Georgia. Now, our faculty and staff who are with us today, they have worked with you and have believed in you and sought to encourage the best in you. And we know that some of you will be coming back to Middle Georgia State to continue your education. We look forward to that. Whereas others will continue to pursue their lives and their livelihoods outside these walls. But wherever you go next, you will always, for the rest of your lives, be our alumni. This is, as you've heard, a special and enduring relationship. You are the face, the voice, and the life of the university in the outside world. We will always take pride in your success, and we look to you to talk about Middle Georgia and to show the difference of Middle Georgia in the world. I have one very important request of you. Your degrees were here to help empower you and to grow your lives, but they don't mean anything if you don't do that in the 3 feet around you that you just heard from our speaker. So go out there into the public space, and in the 3 feet and the 30 feet and the 3,000 feet around you, Give your knowledge back to your families, your friends, and your communities. As educated individuals, it is our responsibility to help our families, our communities, our loved ones, and even those that we don't yet know or love. It's our responsibility to help build a better world. Your degrees are granted today for you to empower, yes, yourselves and the common good. Throughout this ceremony, it's been about transitions. Yours at this key moment in your life, and this university, this young, wonderful university that our faculty and our staff shape in so many wonderful ways with our students, like Mo, every single day. So what we did in 2015 was introduce an alma mater that talks about why Middle Georgia State and its graduates are something that we can all celebrate today. Please direct your attention to the video screens and enjoy a performance of our alma mater by the Middle Georgia Chamber Singers under the direction of Dr. Rebecca Lanning, who sang our national anthem so beautifully earlier.
Through the rolling hills of Georgia, in the heart of the great beach state, we build our future-shaping lives. The quest is ours to take, with boundless possibilities and the lessons of the past. We sons and daughters of MGA, our friendships ever last. We knights of truth and honor, with knowledge as our sword, we raise our voices loud and clear, our hearts at MGA.
As your president, I extend to you my very best wishes and hopes and prayers as you prepare to enter the next phase of your life. We are grateful that you chose your education at Middle Georgia State University. There are many, many hundreds of fine institutions, but we're proud and grateful that you came here. We hope that Middle Georgia has earned your respect so that you will be goodwill ambassadors for our institution for the rest of your lives. Graduates, friends, faculty, staff, family, it is my great honor to announce congratulations to the class of 2022, and these commencement exercises are formally concluded. Thank you. Now, please rise. Please rise. To family and friends, please remain at your seat until the last graduate has left the room. I wish you a safe journey and Godspeed. Thank you.